a video about adjectives. And adjectives are a part of speech. And the only thing that adjectives can do is they modify. Another way of saying modify is describe. So they modify or describe nouns and also pronouns, which we've talked about. Pronouns describe. Uh, Pronouns take the place of nouns. So adjectives can only describe nouns. And there's some questions that you really need to memorize to recognize an adjective. They tell some things about a noun. They tell which one, what kind, how many, and whose. Okay, and it's how many, or if you can't count the item, it's how much. Like if you had how much water, if you had a lot of water. So which one, what kind, how many, or whose. So for example, here's a noun. If we have a dress, and if I were in the classroom, I would ask you to volunteer a color, but I'm going to say, I'll just say off the top of my head, red. So if you think about a dress, and then when you say red dress, it changes the picture in your head. So what adjectives do is they describe the noun. Notice that modify, if you think about what a modified car club does, they put fancy rims on, or there used to be that television show, I don't know, is it still around, called Pimp My Ride? That's kind of what they're doing, is changing it. So modify means to change or describe. So notice when we have a red dress, it changes the picture of that dress. We can see it a little bit more. If someone owns some dogs, and I said that, Timmy owns 3 dogs, as soon as I put 3 there, it changes dogs. Now I know how many. Now, if you are in your math class and the answer to the problem is 3, then 3 is a noun because you're talking about the actual number 3. So as soon as you put that 3 in front of dogs, the context, remember that word context, I'm going to pop that up here. I know in high school you talked about context clues. Well, text is words and con is within. So notice when we're looking at vocabulary, when we're looking at parts of speech, the way a word is used can sometimes change the part of speech that it is. So when you have an adjective, sometimes the same word can be a different part of speech used in a different context. So 3 dogs. If I have a book and it belongs to someone, so if I have Trey's book, notice the apostrophe S. So we've been doing that to show ownership. I'm not talking about Trey, I'm talking about his book. So as soon as I put an apostrophe S on it, I've essentially made Trey into an adjective. It is his book. By the way, all of those personal pronouns like his book, her book, as soon as I'm putting that in front of a noun, I'm using it as an adjective because it's describing it. If I have a car, I could have a fast car. So notice, which one, the red dressed, I could say, oh, I don't know, I like vanilla ice cream. And, you can see, what kind of ice cream do you like? Vanilla ice cream. Notice vanilla by itself could be a noun, but as soon as I put it in front of ice cream, I'm describing what kind of ice cream. Vanilla. How many dogs? 3. Whose book? Trey's book. It's an adjective. The fast car. So notice that these are adjectives. Now, once you get that down, you'll know that adjectives describe only nouns. In our next video, we're going to be talking about adverbs and the difference. So you might, in your notes, want to have them next to each other. Let me just mention one more thing. I forgot I put it down here. With North Carolina Central University, one of these words in this group is being used as a noun. Can you guess which one it is? Is it North Carolina? Is it Central? Is it university? It's university. So university is our noun, okay? And North Carolina, I've turned the whole state into an adjective because it's describing which university, which one? North Carolina Central University. So notice that all of these words going before university are telling us which one. which university? North Carolina Central. You know, there's NC State, there's UNC, there's A&T, there's a lot of different universities. So having these noun words that are normally nouns in front of another noun can change them into adjectives in the context. Please remember that the only thing that adjectives can do is describe or modify nouns or a pronoun. They can't do anything else. We're going to contrast that with adverbs in the next video.